Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome to SB and Amabel play Deus Ex. Pretty much as it stands here. There's a couple of different popular, like comprehensive upgrade mods for this thing, but Amabel specifically requested that we leave this as close to the original experience as possible, with one important change, which you can already see on the screen. It turns out there's a mod that allows you to play as a female version of the main character. This is a feature that the developers intended to include. They wanted the main character to be either male or female player's choice. And it turns out that it is a lot of extra implementation effort in a fully voiced game to do that. You have to record alternate versions of the voice lines, any voice line that contains a pronoun, whatever, So they didn't end up doing it because, well, we'll get there. But so this is restoring something that was supposed to be in the game at launch, and I'm very eager to see how it all plays out because I've not seen the game in this way before. So this Deus Ex was released in the year 2000, stepping back a little bit from Vampire Time, by Ion Storm. Ion Storm is a development studio founded by John Romero and Tom Hall. After they left id, so that's a pedigree. You might be familiar with some of Ion Storm's other games if you've been hanging around the channel and are sort of like furtive pokes and prods into the ImSim genre. Thief Deadly Shadows was an Ion Storm release.
Ooh, okay.
That's so the face you're making is Ion Storm was not in business for very long. In the time that they were in business, they released Daikatana, Anachronox, Deus Ex, Deus Ex Invisible War, and finally Thief Deadly Shadows, and nobody likes any of those games except for this one. As basically just like flop after flop after flop. The company, of course, fell victim to the thing that every company that produces ImSims falls victim to: no time or money for any of the projects. And so part of the reason the Deus Ex does not have, in its initial form, does not have playable female character is they just didn't have they had to make cuts.
Yeah.
So they just didn't have the resources. But this game is released, I don't want to say like completely finished. Obviously, every video game, there's like, if we'd had 6 more months, right? There's always going to be, we could have done more, we planned to do more. But this game, Deus Ex, came out in a pretty good shape, pretty much the shape they were aiming for it to come out in. It benefited from not being, the last title they were releasing as the studio was shutting down, which is often the case for ImSims. And so it's in pretty good shape. I'm excited to see this. I remember liking this game a lot, and I have played it more recently than I had played Vampire, so I'm hoping that memory holds a little bit more weight here. I think with that we can just get on to it. Game directed and produced by Warren Spector, of course. Lead design Harvey Smith, who of course would go on to be important at Arcane, the release of Dishonored and stuff.
Okay.
So if you want to just go ahead and operate this machine.
Okay. The music's a jam, by the way.
This song rules, yeah.
Yeah. This is so much better than the music in Thief. Already this is better than Thief. And already better than Vampire, probably.
And look at that rotating whatever the fuck that is. That's pretty cool.
Look at this screensaver. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Like I said, go ahead and just operate this machine here.
Okay.
There is a play intro button, but when you start a new game, it will play the intro. Like I said, the default mouse sensitivity is high-ish, so if you have the ability to mess with that on your end, feel free to do so.
Where is the mouse sensitivity?
No, I'm saying if you have the ability to mess with that on your end, feel free to do so.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Like if
and
your
once
mouse has a DPI adjustments or whatever.
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay. In the controls submenu, there is a mouse sensitivity slider. I turned it down some, and as far as I can tell, it doesn't actually work or do anything. Like, hit OK. Does it feel different to you?
It's a little different, but
Okay.
maybe that's
All right. Leave it on one then. All right.
Game options.
I mean, none of this stuff's going to
these
mean
are
anything to you.
fine.
Really.
Okay.
Would you just start the game?
Yeah, wait, where? Here we go. New game.
So select your combat difficulty. We are, of course, leaving open the option of girlfriend mode, which is when you ask your girlfriend to complete a combat segment for you. So you don't necessarily need to take it down to the easiest difficulty.
Realistic being harder than hard sounds.
Well, so I don't believe it is. Realistic is different than hard. I think it's one of those things where like there's one option that's just like we're going for a different tuning, but I'm not super expert on this. Maybe just leave it on me.
All right.
Okay, so you can see there is an appearance box there. That is the default character model. If you press one of the arrow keys, you can be Lady JC Denton instead. So there's a box below that for original interactions. They did, in addition to obviously having to record all of new characters' lines, they did have to make a significant number of edits to the world. So you can check that box if you don't. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it in the Lady Denton mode because I want to see this stuff. There's one character who is completely re-recorded, the character of Morpheus, and I looked online briefly for like a comparison video or something, and I didn't find one. Let's just leave it as it is, and we'll figure it out. Okay, so the code name of JC Denton is not editable. You can edit the character's real name if you want, but it will never be used as far as I'm aware, so...
Okay, no,
who cares?
I'll just leave it
and you have 5,000 skill points to begin with, so here's your character's skill sets.
Okay, all right.
So this is a proud game in the ImSim tradition. You can see there are some different approaches suggested already just by what skills you have access to here. There are 4 levels of mastery for every skill: untrained, trained, advanced, and master.
All right, well, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna train it because I like picking locks in games. That is
let me ask you this: how much do you want me to tell you stuff?
I mean, I don't want to paint myself into any corners where the thing is, you know.
I'm not necessarily going to be able to
have a miserable time, right?
I'm not necessarily going to be able to tell you like you need to have these skills at this level because again, it's been a long time since I played it too.
It looks like there's going to be computers, so
there are going to be computers. There is going to be hacking. Once you are trained, you can do some hacking. When you are untrained in computer, you cannot hack at all. I believe you can just like read.
Okay, so I got the lock picking and the computer. I'm already trained in pistol.
Notice that with computer, the difference between trained and advanced is the ability to control automated gun turrets. If you are only trained, you can't do that.
Yeah, but
so that's and you will be able to adjust these again later. I believe.
All right. Environmental training. Let's see. Okay. It lets me use. I can already use suits and rebreathers.
Yeah, environmental training, I believe, is just like it's basically just a modifier on the rate at which those things decrease.
Okay, electronics, bypassing security systems. Efficiency by a bypass security system increases slightly. So I got lockpicking and computer. Those are kind of like the things I want to have for sure. I have pistol training.
Yeah, they give you pistol training for free by default. If you want to be a little bit more hands up with another type of weapon, or
I mean, they're all pretty. No, I think I'll start with the pistol training.
This game is going to be a lot better than Vampire about letting you get away with not fighting, but there's probably still going to be some fighting.
Right. Leftover skill points are just lost, or
they're just left over.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna try with this build. Everyone in the comments will tell me what a dumb mistake I've made. I would appreciate that.
I'm sure this is not
And
tremendously important.
Your
All right, here we
appointment
go.
to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable.
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting, is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. But the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience. And their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. Necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Not better than kings. Gods.
So there's a little bit of like every conspiracy theory is real kind of going on here.
okay.
There is a
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
there's a way, like, the vibes of this game will always be sort of like tied up with the X-Files for me. In that way, I think. Maybe part of it's just because I was enjoying them at the same time, you know? What you doing?
I'm trying to find out what my controls are.
Oh. Is there something unusual? Do you want to fill us in on what the problem is?
So there was an item that I could hover over. I couldn't figure out how to pick it up, and I tried to pick it up, and I ended up leaning instead.
Because you have lean controls here. So Q and E are lean.
Oh no!
Well, so you can,
Oh no!
Why is that? Oh no! So use object in world is right mouse button by default.
Okay, and then like grab object is just not a
Right mouse button.
right mountain. It use and grab are the okay.
Use a grabbable object is generally grab.
Continue.
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong.
Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name.
What's going on?
The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue.
What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault.
The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation.
All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware.
Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
I love this idea. You should stay non-lethal, but just in case, would you like a huge gun?
I pick them up from a distance with the rifle. GEP gun is for heavy armor. crossbows for silent takedown. Okay, let's.
I love that they call it a gap gun and they don't.
Sometimes you've got to make a silent takedown.
Good thinking. With these tranquilizer darts, you'll have another non-lethal way to take down an enemy in addition to the prod.
I get the idea. What's the first move?
I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue.
I'll see how it looks on shore.
Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor.
What are my orders when I reach the command center?
Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
I like the fact that they call it a gap gun, and they don't give you any indication of like what that means. What is a gap gun exactly? Well, perhaps someday you'll find out. You found some soda.
I found some soda.
Congratulations.
What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
Those rebels are no match for our bots. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
I appreciate that she is delivering lines in the same, like, J.C. Denton has a very sort of flat, affected voice, and she's doing good work in my opinion. If you
it's
hit,
a mouse wheel does the thing.
Yeah, but also number keys. If you want your number keys, if you hit I, you should be able to open your inventory. I would imagine.
I does not do that.
I does not do that. Okay, tab. Okay, tab is almost throw your riot prod into the ocean. Sorry about that. Well, that's a fascinating button for that to be. C maybe for character sheet. Nope, that's an augmentation. Okay, why don't you check what it is to open your inventory?
All right.
I want you to look
like NetHack, where you have a printout next to the computer.
I want you to look at your inventory screen, but apparently I don't know how to access it.
Okay. Belt items.
B or F1. Okay, F1 is inventory, F2 is notes and goals.
Quick save is home?
And those are rebindable.
All right, well, let's
Would you like to rebind them?
Yeah, let's rebind those. This is the fun part about
you say let's rebind those, and you scroll away from them immediately.
I was making sure that F9 is not taken.
Okay. I think you're going to have to delete the existing ones, because I don't think a thing can have 3 commands bound to it. There you go.
No, F9's just not working.
Oh, maybe it just won't allow F9. Okay. That's interesting that some of the function keys are available, but not all of them. How about F5?
That's a good. Nope.
Also seems. How strange. Something you're definitely not going to press by accident.
P.
Okay.
P for please save.
All right.
Oh, I gotta delete this first. I almost binded delete as the quick load. That's fun. I don't know, man.
Delete was previously look up, which you probably don't need to bind because you have a mouse. I remember that this is still 2000 is still. I don't want to say it's an elemental era of mouse look, but it was still not that uncommon for there to be keys
L?
bound to. Okay.
P and L aren't used anywhere, right?
Well, I mean, now they're only used here. It won't let you multiply bind something, so.
Okay.
We
didn't actually find out what
we did. F1.
F1 is inventory. Okay.
All right. So you have an inventory made up of boxes. Some things are not a single slot, so You'll have to potentially do some juggling. And in this screen, you can assign belt slots to things by pressing numbers on them. You can see here, there's health, there's locational damage in the game.
Okay.
And getting damaged in different areas does do different things to you. I don't. Can you click on the different areas of the body and see? Like, will it tell you? Yeah.
Head wounds are fatal.
Light wounds
Good to
will
know.
like taking damage to your head will fuck with your aim. Taking damage to your arms will decrease your ability to use weapons. Taking damage to your legs will significantly affect your mobility.
Okay.
And when you apply heals, if you just use medkit, it will try to spread the healing evenly over all the damaged areas. But on this health screen, you can choose to apply a whole medkit to one area specifically.
Okay, got some augmentation. So this is because, we talked about how there's overlap between ImSims and RPGs, CRPGs.
Yeah, ImSims being
And-
essentially an offshoot of CRPGs in the first place. Yeah.
And where I first encountered ImSims was you showing me Thief, which is also kind of like a stripped down.
In some ways, it's the furthest that the genre ever gets from being an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Hitman.
Well,
Hitman's an ImSim.
I would not say Hitman emerged. Hitman's a whole different Hitman. I agree with the charge that Hitman is an ImSim, but I think it gets there sort of by accident from outside rather than branching off of anything. But if you hit that, go back to that AUG screen real quick.
Yeah.
So you are a basic augmented trooper here. You can see you have a couple of AUGs at the beginning of the game. This is your IFF, your integrated friend or foe identification system.
Okay.
When your reticle is over somebody who means you harm, it will be red. When it is over somebody who does not currently mean you harm, it will be green. So you have a real fast way to sort of check.
Okay.
You have a flashlight built into your eyes, bound to F12
right.
by default.
Okay.
And you got your info link. This is how people can talk to you in your head. This is your radio. It's integrated. It's very Shadowrun.
Yeah.
This was also the period where I was getting into Shadowrun. You can make notes on your various photos and stuff. You see there's an add note button. It will let you just like tack stuff.
Okay. I don't even know if I'm on the North Dock or the South Dock. I'm on one of these. I think.
You're correct. Yeah, the game keeps a comprehensive log, and it's good. It's good about information, I think.
Yeah.
So you can see in the top right there. That's
Welcome aboard, Agent.
when you have augments that you can use. That's where they are represented. So right now, it's just showing you your eye flashlight.
Source
Nice.
engine?
No,
No? Okay.
predates the release of the Source engine by 4 years.
Okay. Actually, so I actually know what dock I'm on because of the shape of this.
That's correct. We are back in time, right?
You're back in time. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
on the South Dock.
Yes, Vampire was 2004. So
Okay. And my goals. Okay, I could meet the guy at the North Docks. I guess I'll go do that, but then I'm gonna see if I can find another way in, like they suggested. It's good that I like that they suggested, like, hey, here's a couple different things
Mhm.
you can use the key or find a back way in without telling me what that is. So yeah, let me go to the North Dock. I have my lean. Shift is low. Control is
NSF
dock.
everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the statue. Look for a bum. Identify yourself with the phrase iron and copper.
You too good for these supplies.
I just was realizing that the reticule had turned. I mean, I can pick this up, but I can't really.
You can't really what?
I don't know how to open it.
Oh, yeah? Amabel Holland, this is not your first video game. You have been given a standard issue red crowbar.
Okay. Hold on, let me go to the other. Those other crates then.
What do you think of your friendly robot here?
I don't like him, and
You don't like him. He just saved your life.
They come this way,
Yeah.
I got them.
okay, you do that, buddy.
You just stay over here and watch the dog then.
Wait, where? What? No,
What do you?
where is
what?
it? Was there something in there?
Yeah, that thing.
What? I don't see it.
You don't see the cylindrical object? Step closer, not
No.
further. It's easier to see things from closer.
Ah. There it is. No, I did not see it. It was pretty dark. Okay. And actually, let me go ahead and do the coward's quick save.
I mean, that is what the quick save button is for.
For cowardice, yes.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy's stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Generally. And also remember you can pick up and, move stuff, and it is a reactive environment. A reactive systems-based environment.
Hurts.
You do not have anything that is the equivalent of the light gem from Thief, so you're just going to have to kind of judge how visible you are for yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So that's I'm around here. Maybe I just go back or go around. I can get to the North Dock that way. This seems less populated, perhaps.
Yeah. Would you pause real quick? One more thing. I know we're like keeping you out of the action here, but no, not this. Escape.
Okay.
Go into the keys. You have multiple ammunition types available, I believe, with this crossbow. I don't know if you've noticed that it has a
Okay.
change
Change
ammo
ammo.
is T or single quote T probably. It's a little easier to hit.
Okay.
So you see how it says at the bottom of a weapon what type of
This
ammunition
is
is
crank
currently
dart.
loaded.
Okay.
So now one thing we really haven't talked about very much, and it's not directly in our line as far as like ImSims go, but it is a thing that anybody working in the genre would be aware of, and is definitely working in the shadow of, is if you're making a stealth game, you got to be thinking about Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Right, which came out in 1998, so it would have been like hot new tech at this time.
Yeah.
And you're pretty unfamiliar with that.
I know he likes to be in boxes, and I know the plot is very stupid.
I think both of those things are fair to say.
And I mean, I like to hide in boxes. We know this.
It is
True
true.
fans will remember my amazing Hitman playthrough on your streams. Also available as an edited video.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this because I think it's important to establish it. Do you understand how to like read a crosshair, to how to glean the information that the crosshair is trying to give you?
When it turns red, it's a danger.
Sure. But like for example, point your weapon at an enemy here.
There's an enemy there. Okay.
Get a little closer.
Okay.
So like, do you get what's being told
Does
to you
that mean
here?
Does that mean I can shoot?
And like why those things are moving? And what it means
No.
that they're moving? Okay. So you have to imagine a box, sort of, with those things as indicators of where the edges are. When you fire, your shot is going to go somewhere within the box. So when those things are very far apart, you are low accuracy. And if you spend some time, like you just did, spend some time sort of drawing a bead on a target, you can tighten that up. Being stationary helps. Being crouched helps. But also, I believe the degree to which those things will close in and the speed at which they close in is largely determined by your skill with the weapon group. So this is one of the things that those skills matter for.
Okay, well, let's try.
I got this one.
Okay, well, that's... Okay.
So you can see how you are being affected by the trank dart that he shot at you, where it's like doing a little bit of damage over time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought it might be risky to try to shoot there.
It might be the case that if you trank them in the head, it's much more effective.
There are two. Yeah, there are two of them there. So one's gonna see me do it to the other one.
Yeah, I think that's your vision.
But
The
I'm
one was
in-
just occluded from your vision. So you can use like your hand to some degree as an indicator of how shadowed you are. Like the lighting conditions on your hand.
Give them a wide berth. I'm worried about person coming from behind, you know. People over there. Okay.
You do have binoculars if you would like to binocular them.
No, but there's some more cover over here, it looks like.
Yeah, you're
And
pretty
I'm
far
pretty
away. And
shadowed.
you're wearing dark clothes, you know. Also, you know, if I was doing something like this and I saw somebody with a big crossbow strapped to their arm, all dressed in black leather, quote unquote, sneaking out in the open, I'd just be like, you know what? I don't get paid enough to deal with that. That's not my problem.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes it's not in your best interest to have seen things.
Okay, this person's coming around. So he's on a little patrol. I think there's a degree to which the ImSim fantasy of agency is really benefits from the kind of clockwork nature of Hitman.
Yeah. So I will say that,
Is
embarrassingly,
that the way down to the docks?
I mean, it's away somewhere.
Or am I...
Embarrassingly, I forgot to apply the brightness filter to. That's quite a harsh jump noise. Sounds like she's running on a sprain. I forgot to apply the brightness filter to this source in pre-recording, so things are a little bit darker on the screen right now than they are supposed to be. I will have that adjusted for the next episode. Apologies, y'all.
Okay. It was quite a thing to get it running in the first place for us. All right, let's.
No, this wasn't too bad actually. I was surprised at how easy it was. Vampire was a nightmare, and the fight that we had with the audio sources and stuff was brutal. This kind of just worked. I know it seemed like I was doing a lot of work to you, but that was mostly me just trying to figure out what the difference was between all of the different all of the different update mods, and then you were like, well, let's not use any of them anyway.
Well, I do want to experience I like to experience things in their context. I understand wanting to have some quality of life improvements sometimes. And if this is a game that was unfinished the way Vampire was unfinished, I would argue for some more aggressive modding, Okay. So hang on. Map. So I came around this way. There is a big open. No, there's a under thing somewhere.
I mean, I think that's it. I think you're pointing right at it.
That's the under thing. Okay. Which might be the other way in.
Could be. I think you're being very cautious.
Right. Because it's a stealth game, and it can be. I'm playing it as a stealth game, so I'm gonna be.
It is a game where you are afforded the option of stealth.
I'm gonna be more cautious. You've seen the way I play some.
Yeah,
You've seen the way I play Hitman. I'm always very stealthy.
It wasn't a criticism. If anything, I was saying you're being very successful at doing the thing that you're trying to do.
I think we've got an intruder. Stop. I'm hit.
Okay, well, received ammo and a knife.
Oh, I can't pick him up and drag him anywhere.
You can.
Okay. How?
Don't. I think you have to put your. I think you have to have empty hands. I'm pretty sure you can move bodies. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a backspace, I believe.
Okay. Well, I'm also checking if there's a button for. So backspace is put away item, and then pick up.
Again, you already
I'm
know
not
there's
seeing pick
no...
up, but it might be right click. Okay.
Yeah. I might be wrong. It might be that you can't move the bodies. Maybe I'm misremembering. No, okay. I thought so.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
Oh, so, hey, you didn't actually look at that. Which is weird behavior. You got your mouse cursor as close as possible without being on it.
Brother, I set up the turrets and cameras in the statue rooms. The hasty defense business won't be here long, which should work. The security computer login is NSF001. The password is smash the state. For the love of God, this time, please wipe the data cube after reading this. Okay.
I mean, at least it's not like directly on a security console or something. It's better data security than most people in these games have.
Okay, so there's a computer.
So you could bypass this if you had a tool.
Okay. Well, but where is... I didn't see a computer. Let me look again. Okay,
What's your plan here?
let's see if I interrupt the... No. It does not. I'm looking for a computer.
Okay.
It's a hazmat suit. Okay. Equip.
So to be clear, that just puts it in your hands. You have not used it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. And look at that. 250 skill points awarded for exploration. The game rewards you for running around and finding secret places.
All right, crowbar.
Ooh.
Oh.
Psst, Amabel, keep
Okay.
talking.
Well, I have used up my thing. Oh, I could have grabbed that crate. Maybe I can still grab this crate. I can grab this crate. I used up my suit, so that's not great. But I can grab this crate. And I can climb... No. I can climb up here and try to climb over there, maybe.
And so, in fact, you could have done that from this side using the crates on this side. Or, if you turn slightly to your right here, what is this thing that you're looking at?
Forklift?
Yeah, and there's a big button on it that you keep looking at but not pressing.
Oh, okay.
And so you could have run over and jumped on the...
I did not see...
So this is a good, like... I mean... We're gonna get
it was on the screen. I did not see that it was... The mouse did not go over to show me it was interactable.
Right.
You know.
So the mouse did not go over it is an interesting passive voice way of saying that.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay,
but
so
the point I'm making is this is a good example. This feels like a very Deus Ex moment where it's like even in that little hallway there were kind of like 3 different approaches to that problem.
Yeah, that's rad. I like that.
So just like pay attention to your surroundings. If you are having trouble with something, see if you can find a way to systems yourself around it in a different way. It
Yeah.
will rarely be the case that that you are just up against something and you have to do it. You have to grind through it in one particular way, which unfortunately was often the case. Maybe not often, but too many times the case in the last thing we played.
Yeah. Okay, let this guy go. So hang on. If that's
So do you know what those things you
that's
picked up
that.
are?
I don't yet. I'm gonna look at him in a second.
Okay.
So if that's the little thing I was in, wait, is this the stat? I have such trouble reading maps. Where is this? Hang on, I came along this way.
Yeah. Can I advise that maybe you look up a little bit?
Okay. No, that probably would help. Ooh, head. That's not great. Inventory. Okay. A bioelectric cell provides efficient storage of energy in a form that can be utilized by a number of different devices. Okay. Charges an energy unit.
But did you read the
Uh,
whole thing though?
Recharges 25 energy units. Augmented agents have been equipped with an interface that allows them to transparently absorb energy from bioelectric cells. Okay.
So this thing is made to be a battery for objects, but you are able to basically drink it.
For energy units.
Yeah.
That's energy units are different than health.
Did you notice your flashlight augmentation has a cost on it?
Oh right, I haven't used it yet, but Augs. 10 units per minute. Got it.
So
Okay.
you have basically like an internal battery that has to be
Okay.
managed.
An extended magazine. All right. A laser targeting dot. Okay. For either of these, and this is just for the
Yeah. So don't feel like you
gun.
necessarily have to apply these immediately, but they can definitely make a weapon more usable.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see you're examining things in your inventory. It can give you a lot of information.
Yeah. The can is blank except for the phrase product placement here. It is unclear whether this is a name or an invitation. All right, that feels very very kind of a cyberpunk. Okay, that's Statue of Liberty.
Saw
Okay.
somebody. Maybe just I got this one.
God damn it. God damn it. Okay. I am in some kind of... Alright. That's what I get for checking my
Well, right
map menu thing.
right in front of that guy, yeah.
Okay, well I am gonna use one of my... Okay, that's fair. Do I have significantly impaired movement? Is that what this is?
I don't know. Does your movement feel significantly impaired?
No.
Hey, look. I guess he missed you with one of his darts.
rat friend.
That right there is a classic low poly video game rat. Maybe the standard by which all others are judged.
Oh, don't be so loud. I'm sure sound matters.
Well, it matters less when there's nobody around.
Well, I don't know that.
You
I
might
can't
have
see anyone doesn't mean there's no one around.
you might have cleared out the only guy in the area.
Maybe. All right, so this is the statue here. That's the dock. All right, well let's see if I can find a back exit.
Good thinking. You might be able to avoid some of the security by entering this way.
That ladder was
Careful. Okay. In a quick load to a time when you hadn't fallen off the ladder.
Good thinking. You might be able to avoid some of the security by entering this way.
Okay, to be clear, you are making this look really difficult. All you have to do is press forward, and she climbs the ladder for you.
I was doing that, and it was not working the way I wanted.
Definitely do not want to be jumping if you don't have to.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, this already is here as a little stairway for me. All right, and then let's climb up this ladder.
Yep, so there's to it.
Oh, that's pretty. You know, for obviously it's not like obviously it's like a flat image or some kind of box of some sort, but it's effective. I think it's really pretty. Can't lean up.
No, you do not have the ability to lean up. This game does not have that degree of positionality. All you can do is lean left and right. So if you look up at the statue,
yeah,
the terrorist attack that was mentioned in the opening cinematic.
Yeah. What am I? I mean, I see the statue doesn't have a head or a hand. Yeah, is that it? That's what you wanted me to.
That's what I was pointing out.
Yeah, I noticed that before. There's the heads over there. All right.
You remember we're not the only two here, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that. Like, oh.
Okay, I'm talking.
Oh wow, the statue's been damaged.
Talking to the audience sometimes, just doing the job. One of us has to.
I am trying to not get seen by this guy.
I know, but you put it on medium, so I'm adding a layer of difficulty. Dealing with me is always the extra layer.
Extra something.
Some might say extraneous.
Something moved. Could be the law.
This right is nothing.
All right, good reaction there.
All right. Well, that is an entrance. I think I just need to figure out how to. I can save while crouched. Yes. Okay.
What a bizarre thing to get excited about.
I could not bring up my menu while crouched, which is how that guy saw me before. So yes, it is exciting to me that I could. Am I out of ammo?
Well, if you click on it, does it show it being out of ammo?
Ammo. Is that one? Is that one ammo?
Yes,
And
one
one
ammo,
clip.
one magazine.
Okay.
I got this one.
Oopsie, he's wait, just give him a second. He's being affected. It's just happening sort of same way you are.
Oh shit! That's a lot of blood.
That's weird because that guy definitely just tranked you, but I was gonna say like you passed out, but apparently apparently it was somewhat worse than that. So my advice to you is to not let them shoot you with a crossbow.
Yeah.
You did shoot that guy and then sit perfectly still while he missed you several times and then eventually hit you. So like hit him and
Wait, how do I
run
change
or,
ammo types again?
T. Okay, these are just steel bolts.
Right.
This
Which I
is
think will
different.
be. Yeah, but I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Yeah. No, I follow. I see where it's going.
Because the trank darts don't actually. I mean, I guess they don't affect me that much either. But
Well, you hit him. He doesn't like it.
shit, bunch of guys over there.
Yep, that would seem
All
to
right.
be a retreat to arms.
Replan.
Okay. Can I recommend something?
Yeah.
Maybe not so much with the quick loading.
Okay, that's fair.
Both because it's boring for the viewer. 'Cause let's try this 600 times until I get it right in every situation. But also because it, it does kind of like erase all consequence for you, which I think is like less interesting for you too.
All right. Well, I'm also
I'm not saying never do it, but like, try to roll with the things that happen when things happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn the. Okay, what if?
What if you get up on him and you trank him? Or you cattle prod him?
Yeah, because then that just knocks him out.
As long as you apply enough juice.
But I only have 2 shots left. There's a box of TNT. All right, that's good. That's good to know. Okay. See, I like the thing where I'm sneaking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I shouldn't be reloading, but like, I have no trouble handling one guy. I feel like 3 guys, I'm just going to die. But I understand what you're saying, that I shouldn't just reload it in that case. That is
Yeah, like it
a
makes the
coward.
decision. Well, and it makes it makes the decision of whether or not to actually like attempt to apprehend that guy meaningful, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, so yeah, my decision was,
might I
I'm not going
recommend
to do that.
might I recommend a save?
Okay.
Speaking of, yeah, like it like, do I go after him or not? It's, like, it has weight, and maybe you don't. Maybe it's not a good idea.
How? Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so are you paying attention to your health indicator in the top left?
I saw that I was taking damage. Yeah, and then
Okay.
I was
Areas are
confused
becoming
as to how-
red.
Yeah.
You want to avoid your chest, your torso, or your head becoming out of health. Your arms and legs can go to 0 and you're still functional, but if your torso or your head goes out, you are done for.
Was that booby trapped?
Yeah, it's a great question. Let's approach carefully and see if we can figure out what happened.
Okay, there was some kind of bomb.
Who was that? She's a cop.
You sure do
That's
love
not
that
my-
poison gas.
Okay.
Can I ask, what was the plan when you ran forward and attempted to tase the gas?
I thought I had the gun. I was going to shoot him. That was my taser. So like, oh, I'm in combat now. All right, so there is some kind of I see it now. There's a motion detecting thing on that wall.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know if it's just that whole area is motion detected.
Well, I mean, you know some stuff. You have some data at this point on how this is functioning.
Right. So I don't think I can sneak along this other wall. I think it's going to see me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it seems to trigger from far enough away that would not work.
I don't think I can shoot it.
No?
Did that do anything?
Well, it got some attention.
It alerted them.
You made a thwacking noise in that wall.
Another one here. And here. Hang on, if I... No, it does not destroy it. Okay.
Although you might not have hit it. There was area within the crosshair box that was not device, so it's hard to say
Okay,
for
so
sure.
this one
Maybe just a homeless guy.
did not seem to have... Get it? I was hearing things.
I cannot
Okay.
believe that guy did not see you.
I'll take it. Oh.
He does appear to just be standing guard. I guess it makes sense that this would be the one place that there wouldn't be a mine then.
Yeah. Okay, no, 5. Oh, I wanted to throw it.
Tab, wasn't it?
Right.
Isn't that,
okay.
isn't that the button I used to get you to almost throw your prod away?
Right.
Well, they came to look.
Did they find?
Huh? Someone there?
Well,
Well, that.
was certainly a plan. You are.
No, I'm. Okay.
This is what I signed on.
Okay.
You're
Well,
badly poisoned.
I'm
this-
badly poisoned.
It's possible that these fellows are using a different formulation than is loaded into your bolts.
That is possible.
They may be less interested in the preservation of the life of their targets.
Yeah. So that's fair. Okay. What if I throw it out here?
I don't think they heard it.
Three. No. Okay. I keep expecting it to throw farther than it does. It'd be great if I had.
I mean, at this point, you have a pretty good idea of how far it throws.
Yeah, it'd be great if I had some kind of bomb or something, you know, or some kind of trap. I'd like to lure someone into a trap. That'd be great. All right, let's
Gee, if
try.
only you knew where there were some traps.
I do, but I don't know how to do it without getting trapped myself. So it's 3. Okay, that's just all right. I'm figuring out their audible range. 3.
Is someone there? I got this one. God damn.
Okay, well that's me dead again.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that the thing where you let him shoot you several times is a strategy perhaps to be revised. Just a
I'm not
little
trying to let
small
him shoot me. I'm not trying to do that. All right, so how do I... There should be another way to approach this problem. I don't want to go through the booby trap doors.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see... It doesn't seem like shooting them is helping.
Or you didn't shoot them. We don't know for sure that we don't know for sure that you hit any of them.
If I hit one with a crowbar.
How exactly are you going to do that?
No, you're right. Okay.
Right, you don't have the sort of laser sight accuracy that would be necessary to guarantee a shot.
Mm.
If only you had
But
some
I
kind of
could.
laser.
But I could.
All right, so to turn on the sight, there's a button. I believe
Right,
it's
well,
one of
hang
the
on.
brackets, I think.
Go into... The bracket did into it, so hang on.
Yeah, right bracket.
Right bracket. Okay.
Did I say it's one of the brackets and you pressed left bracket and it didn't work and you gave up?
No, I mean there's I did.
Yeah,
I've done.
there's
Okay.
laser
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I mean, they're responding to that sound.
but it did not turn that off.
Right, but they did respond to that sound.
Oh, those are the same two guys? Those are the same two guys. I didn't.
I mean,
thought
it would
there were
stand to reason, would it not?
Right. Okay. I don't have a full picture of the shape of the building.
Sure,
You know?
but
You know the problems I have with 3D space.
yeah.
All right, so, and this is like a square. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna.
Wait, quiet.
Remember, you can move quieter.
Idea.
Okay, well, you got inside.
I got inside, and someone's being held inside the statue. I think they said at the base of the statue.
Yeah, he said he expects that Agent Herman is being held at the floor of the ground level.
Oh, it's the turret. Okay.
So what happened?
I got seen by a turret,
You got seen by...
a camera that activated a turret.
Seems to be. So, okay, things to watch out for.
Yeah. Fell over there. It's not my favorite. There's a turret. Can I lean and shoot the turret? The camera. Can I do camera hitting?
I don't know. Are we going to find out?
I was trying to lean. It wasn't hitting the lean button. It wasn't leaning.
Well, it was. It's when you're crouched, you can't lean very far because you don't have a lot of body to lean. You'll lean better, but the lean is always kind of, it's just a lean.
Okay, so if I...
Okay, that didn't seem very effective. I
No,
mean,
but
the camera looks like a big metal ball, so I imagine shooting little crossbow darts at it is probably not going to be very effective. These are tranq darts. I would expect these to be less effective.
Right. But I did notice that the camera has an eye, and the eye is...
Yeah.
Okay, there's the eye. Oh, it saw me.
Thought I saw someone.
Well, yeah.
Well, I was hoping I'd get past the... Oh, there's someone else shooting me.
Gunther is being held behind this laser-triggered alarm. If you don't want to set off the alarm, you can either hack the control panel in the doorway or
Alex,
find a way
you're
around.
a little late to the party here, buddy.
Shows a few air shafts.
His heart's in the right place, but He's not updated on the situation.
I think
So, yeah,
I
you
should have
ran- you
chosen
ran-
the easy.
You ran right across the full field of vision of the camera, so
I thought the camera was turned.
yeah, but you still ran right across its full field of vision. Like when
Okay.
think about how it's positioned when it's turned as far that way as it goes, and what it can still see.
I have trouble visualizing that. That's
that
the
is
problem.
gonna be that is gonna be problematic for you, and it's gonna be something you're just gonna have to figure out. Stealth games are gonna be a challenge.
Yep.
It's all right. We're working it together. Like look when it's. So imagine that it like turns enough to be facing directly along that wall, and imagine like what you would be able to see if you were standing in that corner looking in that direction. Right, you can still see the whole ramp, right?
Yeah. So how do I get past this? What if I go under the camera? What if I get like right under the camera? Can it see me if I'm in that corner?
It's probably a good thing to find out. Reasonable thing to test.
Move. Oh, I'm frozen. Ah.
Okay, to be clear, that was a problem. That was a hiccup on her end.
Yeah, it's telling me my bit rate is too low. I don't.
That's weird.
See, I can't see the camera, so I don't know where it. And when I'm hitting the lean button, it's actually bringing me down the stairs. Oh, it saw me. Okay. Okay, it can see me right there.
Well, it saw you moving to that location, though. Oh, actually, it did fully lost you, even so.
Okay. So, like, when it's pointing towards that wall, I can go this way?
You think so?
Well, I can't do it when it's pointing towards the wall I want to go towards.
Just imagine the camera's vision. Imagine the cone, and you can do so very easily by just like looking level, right?
No,
So
no.
like when it's
I
looking this
can't.
way, you can.
I'm just,
No, yes, you can. It's literally what you're seeing, right? So when the camera's looking this way, it sees that.
it's
When the
looking
camera's looking this way, it sees approximately
doesn't
this.
see that. So when it's looking over here, I should be able to. Well, that's unfortunate.
Could be the law.
Why am I not moving?
You jumped in the
What am I
fountain.
stuck on?
Are you saw that dude
All right.
you saw
Well,
that dude
I'm
and
sorry.
immediately
I'm just gonna be dead. So
you saw that dude and immediately hopped in the fountain.
I did not hop in the fountain on purpose.
Okay. But that worked. The hesitation was not ideal, but that guy was coming like you got caught by another factor, but that worked mostly. These are not very good security cameras in my opinion.
No. Oh shit! There he is again.
Thought I saw someone.
I like that. I like that move.
Forget it. I was hearing things.
Amabel,
Yeah.
your stealth skills are incredible. I mean, you did it. You've evaded both of them. That's incredible. Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a quick save down here.
That was good. That was a good fast reaction to the situation, to jump over the edge of the stairs like that.
Okay.
You want the benefit of some information that I do kind of remember?
What? Yeah.
think you will get a small amount of health back if you drink from that fountain, the drinking fountain.
I also get a small amount of health back if I drink this soda. All right. Well, fountain.
The drinking fountain.
Yeah. Oh, that fountain.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't drink.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't drink from the ornamental water feature. Who knows? Who knows what's in there? You can,
point. Okay.
You can do that more than once, but yeah, it does take a second.
Okay. Well, I do. So I just need to do this 59 times. You know, if I just don't get caught, I won't get hit.
That's true. That is absolutely true. There's a real strategy.
I have a mechanical question about lean. When
Yeah.
I'm leaning, can they see me?
That's a great question. I don't know. Some games handle it one way, some games handle it the other. I do not remember. But like this one, if you're in the dark and you're leaning, it's probably fairly safe. Would be my guess. Like just mash on that as much as you can. Like, will it let you do it? No, you have to wait until the animation's finished. Yeah, that's okay. It's not entirely ideal.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get moving, but
Yeah.
That guy. So there were two guys here before. There's a guy up there. That's not. Is that who the other guy was? Is desk over here?
I think Gunther is being held behind this laser-triggered alarm. If you don't want to set off the alarm, you can either hack the control panel in the doorway or find a way around. My blueprint of the statue shows a few air shafts.
Okay. Okay. I already have a lockpick.
No, pick that up. Lockpicks are expendable items in this game.
Oh no. What?
You didn't read the...
When I picked up before? No, I didn't.
No, the thing.
Yes.
They're right there. No, on the shelf where you had where the lockpick was.
What? Oh, there's a thing. Okay.
Okay, that's not new information. But get used to looking at those.
Crowbar's not an expendable item, though.
No, you don't need 2 crowbars. Unless you want one for throwing. Which would make it sort of a throw bar.
So I don't have the tool to hack, to actually
Correct.
do the hacking.
Yeah.
Alright, you said there are your air shafts. Somewhere. And this is just going back up, right? Or no, there's a little walkway. Which has a trolling man. Ah. Jeez, okay.
I saw somebody. Maybe just a homeless guy.
Nope.
Walking around inside our secure militarized perimeter, which would not be a problem. We're all cool with that.
Did I lose him?
I don't think there was anything to lose.
In case he was coming to check it out.
Who was that? I didn't see a uniform.
And where's the other guy? Jesus, he's right there. Jesus.
It's weird. It's almost like he's just walking back and forth between two locations or something.
Yeah.
Right in the ass. Great work.
Thank you.
Psst, if you right click on him, you can take his stuff.
Right. I forgot. Okay. All right. That guy's taken out. Now I'm looking for some air shafts, maybe, or I would love to find the computer terminal where I can type in. Well, that's an air shaft, right? No, that's just heading outside. Ow.
You okay?
Holding control is not my favorite.
Yeah, we did not yet have the crouch as a toggle as a common thing yet. Hey,
Medkit. Oh, and
PS20.
PS20. I don't know what that is. Disposable plasma-based weapon developed by an unknown security organization as a next-generation stealth pistol. Necessity of maintaining a small physical profile restricts the weapon to a single shot. Despite limited functionality, it can be lethal at close range. That's cool. That's good to know. I'm gonna put that in this slot.
Yeah. Do you know what that other thing is?
It was some kind of bomb. It was some kind of bomb thing. Hang on. Where did it go?
You must right. Yep, that one.
Multifunctional explosive with electronic priming system. Can either be thrown or attached to any surface with its polyadhesive backing and used as a proximity mine. Okay. I appreciate getting stats for the weapons. Because let me tell you, when you were playing Thief, not knowing how much damage the arrows did, having to look it up and finding out it was, 1 to 6. What a bizarre decision.
Well, I think to some extent they were trying to de-emphasize combat, right? They don't want you fighting, and part of the way they do that is by making you kind of bad at.
Better.
I mean, they designed their stealth systems pretty well for the time. They were doing things with lighting and sound that nobody else was doing.
All right. Well, this is not. You know what? No reason not to use that med kit.
You're a little harsher on a lot of this stuff. Now, remember, okay.
No, I
was gonna say, remember, if you wanted to apply to a specific area, you should use it. You should go to the screen and click the heal button for the specific area to make sure it applies.
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember like the context and how these things are in their context, and I think that part of the reason that you were quite harsh on Vampire, I also got quite harsh on Vampire, and part of that is that this game is part of Vampire's context, right? This game came out 4 years before, and there's a lot of things where it's just like you look at the way this game does it, and then you look at the way that Bloodlines does it, and it's just like, what happened?
I found something called a 40.
Oh, sweetheart.
almost spent 40. Oh, so it's a drink.
Yes,
it's a liquor drink.
it's a 40-ounce alcoholic beverage. Something called a 40.
We're playing a science fiction game. I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, but it's still New York.
Okay. So I'm a little. I don't seem to have the tool I need to hack. Oh, I'm gonna take care of this guy because I'm tired of.
You see that your charger has no ammo in it, right?
All right. Okay. I would love to have just like a stealth kill,
Sure.
like a you know what I mean.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, J.C. Denton is no Agent 47 when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. But you do have like a knife and a crowbar, and you could just run up on this guy and stealth kill him in those ways. Ammo? Nah. Clips? Nah.
The NSF put a commercial-grade security bot in this area. You can either avoid its patrol
going for the
route,
alarm.
or, if you're feeling lucky, try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms.
Yeah, that robot that you saw rolling around outside.
Okay. Well,
All right, killed a man with a knife.
another medical supply crate.
And here's your reward.
Found some ammo. Okay. That's the data thing. This is the sounder panel. You don't have the tool for. This is the... What tool?
You know that a guy patrols right here. It's like you're trying to get caught.
This security setup
You
is
do.
strictly amateur stuff. Keep an eye out for ways to bypass it. These old pre-millennial buildings are riddled with ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to save, and I'm going to remember how to turn on my...
It's on your screen. Close this.
It's on my screen.
It's on your screen. See it?
Oh, F12. Okay.
Oh, right. That's also the default Steam take a screenshot button. Well, that's fun. Hell yeah. A multi-tool and a 40. You know, a disposable electronics tool.
Electromagnetic resonance detection, frequency modulation, dynamically alter the flow of current through a circuit. Skilled agents can use the multi-tool to manipulate code locks, cameras, autogun turrets, alarms, or other security. So I might be able to use that. Uses 1. To... Might be able to, like, hack that laser grid. Let me try that.
You turned off your eyes.
I did.
Do you not want to see where else this vent goes first?
I mean, I guess. I'm excited about getting to hack something, so I'm...
But why spend the tool if this vent is just taking you around the... That's interesting.
So maybe we'll use ATM each day is busted 9% of the time, but it's working. You might need some cash today for the pub Well, we got planned in the city. Don't let the tourists get you down. See you tonight, sweetie. Account number 230023, pin number 4558. Jesus, and I really want to get married at this in the statue. We met there on duty, and all our friends work there. I can turn the lamp on and off. That's cute. Chair. Chair is very good. Let me save. Yeah, so far this is neat. So far I am enjoying the non-trivial amount of... Wait, am I across my crowbar? The non-trivial amount of different direction. Can I drop it there? Shit.
Sounds like somebody's throwing chairs around back there.
Is someone there?
It's probably just the rats practicing for their backyard wrestling show.
I guess we're safe.
Okay, I can't actually seem to
Yeah,
get
try
on
jumping
this.
onto it from here, maybe? Because you're trying to jump onto it from below it when you're coming at it from the ramp. Or maybe it's just not actually a good jumping surface.
Okay,
I'm a little
in which
surprised by
case-
that because it seems to be.
It
seems
like I
to
should
be
able
here
jump
for
on these
exactly that purpose.
boxes. Yeah.
Well, you don't jump that high. That's been established, right? Like you needed
Yeah.
a boost to get on top of such a thing before. Is there
Yeah.
another object in here that we can?
I don't think so.
Quiet. I think we got cops.
Throwing chairs is not stealthy. Solid Snake would never. Oh,
I can swear I heard something.
well, there's that guy.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing a way.
Yeah, you're gonna need a different little object to hop on if you're gonna climb over that.
Which I don't have here, and I don't feel like I can bring with me from the tunnel. Like, that seems like real arduous. So I'm going to go back and try to hack that. Oh, wait, there's a...
You know, what's going on in here?
thing over here.
Delicious soy food. You can tell it's cyberpunk because there's soy food.
Eight.
Way to pick the lock.
Yeah, I picked the lock successfully. All right, let me
There's still no energy in that.
Right. Thank you for reminding me. Get my knife out.
Your knife is fully charged.
Also, I'll probably go faster holding the knife.
Ah, I get it.
That's the Counter-Strike joke. Because you make me watch Counter-Strike matches.
Why do you say things like this? People who just listen to these recordings must think I'm horribly abusive.
And no, I don't think so.
Something moved. Could be the law.
You are, not always thinking about, like,
We're safe.
you were worried about that guy seeing you, so you walked directly away from him down a line where he could see you the whole time.
Right.
And
well,
only the game's very generous stealth systems kept him from doing so.
Okay. I mean, you're right.
Just like break line of sight, get stuff between you and them, you know.
Yep.
But I'm saying, so like we have a little playful adversariality. We have at each other a bit about things. There is, I think a lot of couples do.
Yeah.
But you love to do this fun thing where I will say something that you would ordinarily, to push back on. It would be the start of a fun back and forth in our day-to-day life while we're recording, and you instead don't. You just let it land and sit there, so it sounds like I'm horrible. Just sounds like I'm a crazy, mean person.
No, you're not. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning how to do. First of all, I am. Fuck.
You are fuck. I don't think anybody would argue.
These. Does he come all the way over here? He sure does.
Very stealthy. Very stealthy.
And that's the okay.
Gunther's in that room, one of our top agents.
God.
Okay. Can I just? You are doing the thing. Look up. In new spaces, make sure you look at the very least, the corners of the ceiling. Okay? Can you make that a sort of a general part of your thing?
Yeah. Oh God, there's a.
Yeah, because you need to know where security cameras are and stuff. And again, we always talk about how in these games nobody ever looks up, player character included, and that can get you into a lot of trouble. I cannot believe that guy never turns. Like, he turns to his left and he misses this corner of the room entirely.
Okay. So I have a tool that I can use to manipulate cameras. I can
If
turn
you're a
off
skilled
that
agent.
camera.
Are you a skilled agent, Amabel? That's not what I meant.
I'm trained.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
I'm untrained in swimming. They're very upset about this, apparently.
Well, that's the one you have currently selected.
Oh, okay. All right. So
That was really more of an "Are you a bad enough dude?" than a real
Okay.
question.
I'm gonna put this in slot 5.
Okay.
Okay, here the guy walking.
Yep, you're gonna. It's a small space. He's wearing some very hard-soled shoes, it sounds like.
Does not seem to do anything.
Well, you're not very close to it yet.
Okay. No, it doesn't. Oh. I don't know what I was. It didn't seem to do anything at all.
But you still weren't close to it.
I was right under it. Was I not?
Well, no, but also you were still crouching.
Okay. Okay.
You might be able to do it from directly underneath while crouching, but there's no reason not to just stand up and hit it.
Wait, quiet.
What you doing?
They found us.
Where am I being shot at? There they are.
Okay, so once again, you gotta stop with the one horizontal plane. There's a 3-dimensional space.
Yeah.
You did not notice something about this room because you're not looking up ever. And it's an important thing.
Okay. I don't... Yeah, I'm looking up. There are lights. There's a window over there. There's something there. Is that a turret?
It sure is.
Turret if the alarm is hit. And I couldn't get close enough to stab this guy.
You kicked his chair.
God fucking damn it.
You were so close to him, and then you were like, well, but let me move up a little more.
Alright, well, I'm going to wait for this guy to move back, and then I'm going to try to stabulate this guy. Hopefully without him alerting anyone.
Okay. And I know that you do have a tendency to sort of like panic a little bit in situations. Yell at your
Yell at my what?
I'll let your crosshair can kind of help guide you as to whether or not the knife is actually like on him. Because for those first couple of swipes where you weren't hitting him, you weren't quite targeting him.
Right, and then it got red, but then that still wasn't enough.
It doesn't do enough damage to kill him right away, and there's not like a big stealth bonus in this game, so you are gonna have to just chop like real fast to drop him before he gets out of the room.
Wait, quiet.
Okay,
Damn
nice.
it. Did I do that? I did it. Okay.
The bastards just killed him. Is someone there?
No.
Is this where you want to be with this strategy?
No.
There you go. Good. Close up. You got a knife, your opponent has a gun, you want to be hogs. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Situation contained.
I don't have the tool to
What do you
hack
mean?
that anymore.
But you... So, okay. That didn't have the UI elements on it that indicate that you would interact with it with a tool? Right? It doesn't say...
Okay, right. Fuck, what's the username? NSF 001?
That's correct.
And then it's smash the state.
Hey, look at this shit. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And I like the way that like the thing has a little URL at the bottom that indicates like where it is in their network design. And
Glad you're not hurt, Agent.
Command should not have left us to be surrounded.
Risk is part of the job. I think you lucked out this time.
Agent Navarra and I were ready to go in, but for no reason they said pull back. I do not retreat. Please give me a weapon and move out of the way.
this guy makes an impression real fast, right?
As you wish. Take my
Take my
pistol.
pistol.
I don't want to fight
That
anyone.
will be adequate. I will secure this level. You proceed up the stairs to the command center at the top.
So what do you think of Agent Harriman?
He's fine. There's a lot of garbage in here. That's not great. Oh, that's a mirror. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I was about to make a joke about you getting scared of the mirror, and then it actually happened.
Wait, can I turn off those lasers? No.
Nope, this controls the camera, the door, and the turret.
Let me save. No, I've taken quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, you have a couple of med kits still.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you've been picking them
I
up.
do. Yeah. Okay.
So if you want to make sure they get applied to a particular area, you want to go to the health screen and click the heal button for that area. And it'll put the whole med kit right there. If you just hit heal all, or if you use the med kit from the other screen, it will spread them around. It will do some prioritization, I think.
Okay. I think I want to spread it around because of how much damage I have to the legs.
Yeah, let's see.
and the-
Hit heal all and see what it does. So yeah, it just went 10 points to each place, right?
Okay. I have to go upstairs now.
Well, you can check
You
this
cleared the
area out
floor,
now
he
because you dealt with these guys, so
Right.
may as well look around and see if there's cool stuff to be had. For example, that lightweight attack munition. Or another delicious 2 points of health.
All right. Yeah. And this is where that's where I came. That's where I couldn't get in before. But that would have, if I had been a little smarter, that would have just given me a view as to that room.
Or like
I
the
see,
ability
I
to
see.
the ability to trank one of those guys and then just hide behind the boxes until the trank takes effect.
Okay.
We have a lot of screenshots of this hallway. So this is the box area.
Right. But I want to get upstairs.
Right.
Oh,
so
that's
you
the
wanna
box.
go
Right. Okay,
you
that's
wanna
the
go
box.
the
right.
other way.
Right. Which is over. No, it's this way.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, you opened the doors. So be a little
Yeah.
careful because you can see that robot rolling around out there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Can I hang on?
We get a really good view of him. Pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
a pretty
I can.
cool robot. I bet
Can
it sounds
see.
real neat when it says "Happy Birthday, Polly."
That robot.
Oh,
No. Okay.
that camera is still on. It's connected to a security system, a different security node.
Okay. Hang on. Let me. Did I get 2300234558? Okay. Let's steal someone's money. 34558.
Aren't you sweet? It will only withdraw whole numbers of credits.
Well, I don't care for that. All right.
I mean, you just robbed somebody. You're upset that you didn't rob them enough? Sweetie,
Yeah.
there's nobody up here.
I forgot. I didn't realize it's the same. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's this area.
All right.
You already murdered this man with a knife as well.
Okay. Wait, so how do I get up? Is that the only stairs up?
Yeah. It's the stairs that you came down to get here.
Okay. Right. All right. So let me. I was hoping there'd be another way. All right. So let me go back down and then. I'm sorry I get turned around so much. I hope this is entertaining for people watching it, watching me struggle with, basic navigation. The turrets are disabled, though.
I mean, the camera's not disabled.
Right, but I disabled the turrets.
That camera's not disabled.
No, I know.
You say that, but
What am I doing wrong?
well, you're being seen by a camera. That's what you're doing wrong.
Oh, here comes the over. Okay. How am I? Okay.
How are you? What?
Once it's moving. Okay. Once it's moving over that way, I can get into the corner. There we go.
Yeah.
Get upstairs, like to the top.
Did they find the shipment?
Yeah, we got the whole supply. You can see the ship's lights crossing the bay.
Guess y'all were right. So why aren't we pulling out?
Mike's on the horn. Jojo wants a lead on the distribution network.
Yeah, we don't have enough men to protect what we've got.
That's what Jojo wants.
I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel? Pardon me, but back in Alabama, we wouldn't let a man who wears earrings plan a military operation.
I'd watch what I say about Jojo. He's got a temper.
He's a punk and he's gonna get us all killed.
The NSF is strong because it represents everyone's interests.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to note, like I said, that this game has a little bit of like an every conspiracy theory is true thing going on.
Gunther has reestablished contact. He says you helped him escape. Good work.
Thanks, Alex. And it's worth noting that at the time that was less politically charged.
Yeah. No,
Which
I
is
get
not
that.
to say that like there have always been lots of very right wing conspiracy loons, but it does feel like the idea of conspiracy theories as a whole has shifted considerably. Right, you used to have.
Some news, JC. The NSF targeted a shipment of the plague vaccine Ambrosia. We can't locate it. See if the leader will surrender when you reach the command post. We'd like to interrogate him.
Okay, so try not to just blow him away with your plasma gun. We used to have conspiracy theories that were like, somebody believes in this conspiracy theory that kind of marks them as a leftist, but that's not the case as much anymore. In part because a lot of the quote unquote conspiracy theories that the leftists believed in turned out to be provable fact. COINTELPRO and whatnot.
Yeah.
And in part because of just, there's a lot of other political factors, obviously. These days, if somebody released a thing where it's like, all the things they've been telling you are lies are true, it would definitely have a certain feeling.
Yeah.
It would definitely lean a certain way politically. All right, so try not to.
Get out of here.
I'm standing my ground.
They sprung Herman. We don't stand a chance against a mech.
This is it, Private. We knew it might come to this.
What good are we to the NSF if we end up dead?
If UNATCO breach the perimeter, then it's already too late. Get ready to fight.
All I really mean to say is that at this time, it was murkier.
Yeah. No, conspiracy theories definitely got less fun.
Yeah, that's certainly a way to
You know,
put it.
it's like a weird crank thing to learn about. Like studying this stuff got a lot less fun when it became clear how much of it was anti-Semitism. Which I guess it always was to a degree for a lot of conspiracy theories, but also just
But also the dominant conspiracy theories of the time became things like the adrenochrome harvesting and the QAnon stuff, and it just Oh boy. What a situation. What a situation we find ourselves in.
I like that I can sneak around like that. I like this very much. You know, I a lot of stealth games, I find the stealth systems to be very very unforgiving, and I like the feeling of sneaky power with just like being right next to the guy and curving around him like that.
Yes, I
think
agree
that's
with
neat.
you that the stealth in this game seems to be quite a lot easier than it is in most games. It's a little more forgiving.
Easy. We want you to take this one alive and conscious. Find out what you can about the shipment, then turn him over to one of the troopers.
All right, let me unload my knife.
Critical location bonus. It's actually a lot of skill points. Sweet, free flares.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
So you think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's ambrosia shipment?
You're too late. It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Except sends you back to the people in a body bag. Whoa! Tell me about the shipment and order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Tell me about the shipment, and I'll order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Ask away. We already won this round.
Where are you taking it?
We're just giving ordinary people the same chance to survive as the bureaucrats in Washington.
You'd have to unload in New York because the choppers would spot you at sea.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Well done. I will pass on your orders to the troopers. Report back to base on the west side of the island. Mission complete.
The chief finally let us loose. We were right behind you and cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
How are you feeling about which side of this conflict you seem to be on?
Oh, I don't like it at all, and I hope I
take it
get
from here.
to,
Yeah, so hold on. Before you go
Sure.
anywhere else, don't go anywhere else. Look at your inventory.
okay.
Check out that augmentation canister you picked up.
An augmentation canister teams with nanoscale mechanocarbon raw modules. I'm sorry. An augmentation canister teams with nanoscale mechanocarbon
Yeah.
raw modules suspended in a carrier serum. When injected into a compatible host subject, these models augment an individual with extra sapient abilities. However, proper programming of augmentation must be conducted by a medical robot, otherwise terminal damage may occur. For more information, please see Face of the New Man by Kelly Chance. Can add microfibril muscle and combat strength. Can only be installed with the help of a medbot.
So every time you find one of these augmentation canisters, it's going to contain 2 different mods. You'll have to choose between them at a medbot, and so you're going to end up with potentially different, significantly different like loadouts from game to game, depending on the choices you make.
Okay.
But I think this is probably where we should go ahead and call this one.
Okay. Now, this one ran a little long, but probably.
I wanted to get this like whole chunk of the
Yeah.
thing. You didn't even do the side mission where you can go meet the guy on the north side of the island to get the passcode and.
No, because I wanted to avoid combat.
Yeah, so there's like
You know.
So my point was just there's even more ways to approach this
Yeah.
that you didn't see, and there's all kinds of stuff. This game is neat, and I think it's cool, and I think you're gonna like it better than you liked Vampire.
So far, yeah. So far, I'm enjoying this much better than Vampire.
So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're gonna meet the higher ups at UNATCO HQ and immediately get into some kind of trouble. I think, if I remember correctly. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.